Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the old guy. We're playing here on Skybounds. We've had some good progress over the last couple of days. We're going to go back and see if we can do some more challenges here. So first, as usual, let's go over and talk to this nice young lady, get our reward. There we go. And now we're back to Ancient. It's kind of funny, the old guy playing on Ancient. So here we go. First of all, let's go home. And I did want to cover a couple more things today. I did realize yesterday that when we do CH, if you remember, we had challenges yesterday there. Kill 50 Sillins, 50 Endermen. We had a PvP challenge. If we come in here to customize dailies, we can actually turn those off so that when we get the updated challenges, they won't include, in this case, PvE or PvP. The PvE is kind of sort of one that we might be able to do sometimes, but until we get spawners, it's really difficult, so we'll probably leave that off for now and leave all the rest of these on. Let's go back here and get our daily reward. Loyalty XP. Throw it down. So we're at 13% for level 17. So the other thing I wanted to cover is under the challenge menu. I've already talked about this. We'll get the challenge selector when we reach level 25, and then we can look at the spreadsheet of usefulness when we get to that point, and we can select our challenges. The other thing is the bonus XP. So you can see here we have alchemy, enchanting, sorcery, salvaging, brewing, the arena, mining world, and war zone. So we can get extra challenge for these. You can see there at the bottom it says XP earn 0 300. So the most we can earn in a day is 300 on alchemy. We don't have any enchantment books or arcane shards yet, so we haven't done that. The enchanting, we still haven't done the enchanting challenge, but when we do, we'll be able to get some there. The sorcery we bottle up XP and do a few other things, but we haven't really done anything there. The salvaging, if we get a whole bunch of armor or weapons that we don't want to use, we can blacksmith them, and that will return the base material and a chance at returning the enchantments off of the books. The other ones there under bonus XP, the arena, we haven't really been there. I don't really like the arena. The mining world, so they've really messed up the mining world. I've played a couple games now, and it's almost impossible to survive the monsters. I may try again. Yesterday when I played, I was the last one left, and I got hit by 4 zombies and 2 skeletons and a witch, and there was no way I was surviving that. So I think they've either, depending on your point of view, they either nerfed it or buffed it. So I'll keep trying the mining world, but for now probably not. And then the war zone, I stink at PvP, so that's probably not going to happen. The other thing I wanted to show here is the competitions. Once we get some spawners, we can actually, a lot of times these competitions are for killing monsters. The Enderman spawners are like 8.5 million stars or something ridiculous like that. So if we could afford those, that might be a good one to get, just so we can be in these competitions. The blazes are a little bit less expensive, but they're still, I think, up around 2.5 or 3 million. We can check in the market. And then the zombies, now that's one that we could probably do if we had our zombie grinder. But you can see here that there's people that do this, like kill 3,000 Endermen. Good grief, that would take you a long time to do. However, the rewards for it are are very good. Let me go back here. Yeah, so competitions are global for everybody on that world. The top 3 get what they call a reward spinner, which gives you a pretty large increase in your challenge level and then typically some item. The other levels, yeah, so you can see there the first place, second place, third place. Then the other levels get straight up challenge XP, and I think it starts at 500 for the 4th through 6th or something like that, and then another 250 after that, which is still a nice little chunk for challenge XP. So anyways, if you get some spawners and you check here, and so you can see here, this one just started. These competitions go, I think they're 4.5 hours or 5 hours. So if you have time and you want to do some grinding, then that is a good way to increase your challenge level. So yesterday I don't remember if I showed you, but I moved the trees over there so we have a little bit more area here. I did have a place 300 block challenge, so I placed some more cobblestones here. I cleaned up the sand over there. So let's just, oh, and also I went ahead and harvested the cocoa beans and then replanted them. So we've got some more cocoa beans growing. They seem to take quite a long time to grow, but once we get the full cocoa bean farm here, get it all planted, we will start raking in some money on the on selling back the cocoa beans. And there is a challenge to, I can't remember if it's plant or harvest or something like that, 100 cocoa beans. So let's take a look at our farm over here. I did want to show you, looks like we'll go ahead and use, remember we got the sprout plow that has the Groot enchantment on it. So I did want to go ahead and we'll go ahead and harvest this farm today, and then I wanted to show you how to use one of the abilities on it. Hopefully we'll get another farming ruin here, and from there maybe we get an openable. Probably not, but the one thing that this Groot also does is that the drops from harvesting provide the super crops. So we'll have a lot more super crops after we do this harvest. And as I told you, the the super crops give you more drops, and they give you a better chance at getting a farming ruin for a drop. So we'll finish this up here. Also, we're, as I mentioned earlier, the harvesting the carrots gives us +2 XP, so we want to keep working this hoe to increase its level to unlock another ability. I believe we are at 15 now, so we have to get all the way up to 20 for the next ability to be unlocked. And I don't remember if that's plant. It'll do an automatic plant. Oh, we want that. But I'll show you once we get this harvested. There is ability grow that is the reason that I made this farm plot like it is, so that we can automatically grow all the crops. Alright, so now we got 2 potatoes as super crops. We got 3 regular seeds, and let's see, did we get any? And we got 1 carrot for a super crop. So not a lot, but we'll go ahead and plant those first. I'll just go ahead and plant them right along here. Oh, 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 oh. No, don't eat the super crop. Good grief. and that one. So then I'll finish the rest of these off by planting the carrots. And I'll check our food bin. Oops, we got a, yeah, we had an extra one here. So let me go plant that. I guess I should check to see if there's any other drops I missed. Nope. So we'll go ahead and plant that one there. So I'll check back in the food chest. I think we've got quite a few carrots stacked up, so I'm not sure we'll need to save any of these. We can probably just go ahead and sell them all. Won't be a lot of money, but it'll be some that we can get back from this. And once we get this hoe leveled up, I might even go ahead and make another patch of farm over there. If I do, I'll probably put two or three spaces in between this one and the new one, just to keep them separate. It makes it easier when you use the abilities. As I mentioned, the hoe ability is for a 10 block distance from where you're standing, so we'll want to find as close to the middle as we can get. And then since we have either it's an 18 or a 19 wide block little farm plot here, as long as we stand in the middle, we'll be able to impact all of the crops that we plant. Just a couple more rows here. Looks like there's a kill challenge going on in the war zone. That's a good reason to not go in the war zone. Alright, so we got them all planted. So I want to find about the center. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right about here. And then let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. So I want to go about here. So then to see what ability is selected, you sneak and right click. So we have grow ability selected, and then you right click again, and we just grew 320 crops. Woohoo! Including our super crops. So we could go ahead and harvest this again and do the same thing. Let's see, we'll go ahead and try activating it. So it looks like it's probably got about a 2-minute cooldown. So that's a good way to do some grinding. Once you get your hoe leveled up, you can go ahead and use the ability to help you along. So let me just go ahead and get that. Looks about right. And the neighbors are playing music really loud. So let me just go to the market. Oh, sorry. Spawn first, then market. And it's right over here. And we'll just go ahead and go right to this guy. You can sell to any vendor. Doesn't have to be the particular vendor you get the stuff from. So we had quite a bit of wheat that we had from the super crops. That's quite a bit. And then carrots. So we got 5,000 stars. That's a nice little chunk of change. Let's go to spawn first. I do want to check on the mining world. And yeah, so there's 2 of 5. Since they've changed it, seems like there's less people that play it now, so that could be a bad thing, that they you won't see as many people playing. It'll take it longer to get enough people to play. So let's see. So now let's go and look at our challenges again. And yeah, so we still have these that we aren't going to be able to do, and we still have 30 minutes. So you know, the big thing about playing on Skybounds, I found, is you just need to keep grinding through things. It's not the very glamorous, but you know, we're going to go over here and see if we can get a crush going and see if we get any drops. Got to activate it. There we go. So let me just clear this through. We'll do some grinding here, see if we can find anything, and I didn't want to do that. That's alright, we can clean that back up here. Alright, so I'm just gonna, for now, until I get back around there. So yeah, I cleared this off twice after yesterday's episode, and I didn't get any drops, so I'm hoping maybe we'll get a couple drops. I am starting to get quite a bit of cobblestone built up, so I think that will be our building blocks for our mob grinders here that I'm planning on, and I'll probably start that today, and then show it the completed version tomorrow. The zombies and skeletons. Some of the other ones, maybe it's the Enderman, I don't remember which. Most of the monster type of spawners, you want to make sure they're in the dark, so that they will spawn more, or spawn at all. The other type of spawners, like the farm animals, you can get cows and sheep and pigs. Oops, we just got something there. What did we get? Ancient ruin, I'll take it. The other kind of animal spawners, you have to place them where the spawn will have a grass block available to it. So in other words, if I was to put a spawner right here in the middle of this, there probably would not be any, if I put a sheep spawner right there, there probably would not be any sheep spawn in, because they need a grass block to spawn on. So that wouldn't be a good place to put a sheep spawner, or any of the regular animal spawners. The other thing about spawners, whatever spawns out of them isn't a normal type of occurrence of that, whatever that spawner is. So for instance, the zombie spawners, when the zombies spawn in from them, they don't attack you. They don't do anything other than stand there and stack up. So they'll stack up, and I think there may be a limit on the stacks. I'm not 100% sure of that, but but that's all they do. So you don't have to worry about them attacking you. They just stand there. So we can make a pretty easy mob grinder given that, and then we can also make the mob grinders so that if we have a competition or a challenge that we want to do, we can easily just go ahead and get into the grinder and stop them from being ground up and just slay. So we'll start on that here as soon as we get this cleared off and get a drop of lava going here. Alright, let's see, make sure I don't leave anything behind. That's looking good. So we'll go up our vines and we'll get the lava going. I think I may have forgotten to save some carrots. That's alright, yeah. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Good enough. put this stuff away. The hose seems to be not lasting very long. We'll go ahead and just try to remember next time we use it, we'll probably repair it then. But let me throw this cobblestone up here for now. And this stuff goes here. Let's go ahead. Oops, let me get some carrots here. Have a bite to eat. Alright, let's place this ancient ruin down. Maybe we'll get something good. Probably not, but you never know. Oh, magnets. So the magnets, sometimes if you go out to the edge of the spawn island and you see people fighting right there at the border of the war zone and the spawn, if you have magnets with you, it's kind of cheeky, but you can go ahead and cast a magnet when one of those players dies, and you have a chance of picking up whatever dropped. It's frowned upon, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. So I don't think I've ever successfully done that, but it's one thing I've seen people do. So let's go ahead and grab some cobblestone, and we'll see if we can start figuring out how we're gonna build this grinder. So I want it. So I have to be within 16 blocks of the spawner. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is there is an AFK timer, away from keyboard timer, on this server. So you can't, if I just sat here after a few minutes, and I think it's 5 minutes, a message would come up on the screen saying AFK timer, and it would start counting down. The AFK time will change depending on how full the server is. You can check what the AFK time is by doing /AFK. So right now it's set to 20. So I would be kicked in 20 minutes if I hadn't moved. So building the grinder, the one thing that it helps you with is the grinder is if you can AFK. So we won't be able to AFK very much, but when we do, we'll be at least making something. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I think this will be. So I'll go ahead and I just want to use that as a place. This is one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then 1. So if I do it this way, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the middle would be about there. So I think I want it moved down a little bit. So anyways, sorry, just talking to myself here. I want the way I build it, I want the center to be somewhere in this area, and then I'm going to have it drop down. Probably ought to go down here and look. Yeah, so I'll probably have to build out the island, this lower part, and I'll probably want to even make this lower. Yeah, so I'll have to build down and then over that way. I'm just going to put a hole here so I know where that's at. So I'll want to make that so I can go down. So if I even go down 3, so yeah, so I think I was just about right. Yep, I think that's a good spot. So I'm going to go ahead and call. That would be that. All right, so that's the center of our. That's the center of our build right now. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and So the other thing I do is put a double block here, because there will be water on this level, and as much as I want something to be functional, the dripping water just triggers me for some reason. So alright, so there's one side. And we've got plenty of, missed that one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's good. We'll have to come back underneath and get that one. 3, 4. Alright, so then I can fill that in, and then I want to have enough room. I have enough room over this way, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 middle. So that should be enough room. Yeah. So if I do another. If I do another grinder, I like to put it right next to each other so you can use a common wall. It'll be up here. Oh, the other thing I need to do is make, I don't think I've got any, oh, and the mouse died. Hold on a second. Figures. Good thing I got batteries right here. One of these days I'll figure, oops, ow. Alright, hold on. Good thing I'm not in the war zone or in the mining world. I'd really been upset. There we go. Alright, so I need to check to see if we've got any stairs already. I don't think we do. Got slabs. I'll probably need some slabs. I got these. Yeah, I'm just going to make some cobblestone stairs here real quick. I don't need a lot of them. Probably, yeah, a set of 5 here. So that give me 20. That's more than enough. So I'll do, I'll go ahead and make a set of stairs. Probably coming up. Let's see, so if I come in here and I want to go up, probably be right here is where I'll put the stairs. Oh, I'll have to come over one. Alright, let me go ahead and finish putting this in. So anyways, this is the start of our mob grinder. There'll be a hole here. This will be a zombie grinder that will eventually turn into a zombie skeleton grinder. So it'll be your, this will be a room up here, and then it'll have water flowing from each of the 4 corners. The zombies will fall down this hole. There'll actually be a hole that'll go down below, and down this hole I'll go ahead and build this out, and then they'll fall into another room that'll have water flowing to lava, and they'll burn up in the lava, and I'll have collectors, whatever they're called, hoppers. I'll have the hoppers collecting their drops and going into chests. So it's a pretty involved build, but this seems to work pretty good for me. So anyways, I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and finish it off here. Hopefully we'll get some better challenges pretty soon that we can go ahead and increase our challenge level. I'll go ahead and work on the zombie grinder here later, and then I'll be able to show it to you next episode. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Y'all be good. Take care and stay out of trouble.